All right, welcome back to another SegWeather video looking at your forecast for your Sunday, August 9th of 2026. We're going to go ahead and dive into what to expect for your day. Starting off the radar as of 11 o'clock this morning, we do have a round of showers from chances moving through parts of the Midwest, especially the upper Midwest this morning. As we're watching this round, we'll move off to the east. We'll bring some more of those storm chances as we head throughout the afternoon for a large part of the Midwest, Southeast, couple shower and storm chances ongoing, but elsewhere looking mainly dry for this morning as of now. Looking at the surface map this morning until we do have a warm front that's sitting over portions of Iowa, going into Illinois, turning stationary into Indiana, and this front will be lifting off slowly to the north. But as it does, well, this is what's going to bring in that chance for some strong storms to this region in particular, and even parts of the plains as we head this afternoon, this evening. So watching that for anyone around this front. Elsewhere, not looking at much for the day as of now, but looking at current watches and warnings, we do have a large area of heat to talk about. The oranges indicating heat advisories. That's over parts of the nation's midsection into parts of the lower Midwest. That will be in place for your day today. And even the extreme heat warning in place for Missouri, that's also in place for that area. So expecting heat index values between 100 to 120 at times for a lot of these areas. Out towards southwest, same exact thing as the nation's midsection, seeing that the same exact pattern occurring over there. And then looking at the Pacific Northwest, so looking at that air quality alerts in place along with those red flag warnings, that'll continue throughout your day today, expecting hazy conditions along with low humidity, feeling more of those fire chances occurring in that area. And then notice this little pink area over Wisconsin. That's a severe thunderstorm watch. That's in place throughout the course of the afternoon of that round of storms moving through the area right now. Now, looking at that severe threat for today, we do have up to a slight risk in place for parts of the upper plains and also for parts of the Midwest. Looking at some scattered severe storms being possible in all of these areas as we head throughout your day today. Surrounding that risk, we do have a marginal risk for just about everyone around the Midwest into the plains, Southwest, in parts of Northeast as well, and even parts of the Southeast, seeing that being the case for some isolated strong storms being possible at this time. Looking at our threats, we do have a small chance of a tornado possible across parts of the Midwest. Unfortunately, the same areas that have been battered by severe weather this summer, you guys will have that threat in place for you guys again, but a low end threat. So nothing too significant yet, unless with the next update they do upgrade it, as the next update is coming out in the next 20 minutes. So it may get upgraded potentially depending upon what the National Weather Service does see with today's storms. But looking at the damaging wind risk, looking to be a bit more significant, up to a 50% chance over the Midwest and also parts of the upper plains. If you notice this hatch risk box, this indicates areas where you do expect winds potentially over 60 miles per hour. The yellow area just means around 60 miles per hour at the greatest with some of these storms being possible. Now, looking at the hail risk, same exact thing. Looking at the upper plains, seeing the heightened threat for hail, the hatched risk in place, looking at potentially up to an inch, if not larger, of hail being possible in those areas, and then the 5% risk extending out into parts of the Midwest as well. Now, as we head into future casts between this afternoon and Monday morning, we do expect those shower and storm chances to be ongoing across the Midwest, especially as they do move off towards Michigan, Indiana, looking at potentially complex storms forming at some point later on this evening and into tonight and into Monday morning, and then diving down into a lot of these areas. So watching that very closely, especially if you're in Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. Again, make sure you're on the watching very closely this evening and tonight, as you may get a watch list sheet for your area for incoming complex of storms. Outside of that, some scattered shower and storm chances occurring across this region. Some scattered severe storms, especially during the afternoon hours, and then southeast could see some storms occurring as well. Nothing too severe down there, minus the small area here in parts of the around the Carolinas. The southwest, a few shower and storm chances occurring with that monsoon ongoing at this time. And now looking at a closer look towards the Midwest, you can see as the storms do develop, they will increase in potential and again see that line of storms developing probably by late Sunday night and going to really early Monday morning. Could see that be the case. Looking out towards the plains, you can see again that those rounds of shower and storm chances ongoing, scattered severe storms from time to time. But between now and the middle part of this month, around August 16th, we are looking at this ring of fire pattern kind of remaining in the same place for a while, as unfortunately, originally it was planned that the pattern may break down around Wednesday, August 12th, but it looks like it may stick around for a little bit more, as in we're looking at it more extended pattern of complex storm complexes riding along the edge of that ridge. So seeing high pressure hanging out here in parts of the south, especially over Texas and Oklahoma, where it's going to be quite hot and humid, temperatures over 100 for that entire time frame. But areas just outside of it, such as in South Dakota, Iowa, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, even North Carolina, South Carolina, even we'll be seeing these storm complexes diving down at times between now and next Sunday. So looking at a lot of wind events, potentially tornado events thrown in there as well, as with these events occurring. Usually with these wind events, they usually come with a tornado threat as well, and a smaller threat of hail also thrown in there as well. So not looking too good for anyone in this region of the country. So if you are in this area, this region, I would be on high alert, because at any point between now and next Sunday, you could see a couple storm complexes coming through the area, maybe even a potential derecho, given the pattern that we're in, as this pattern is also favorable for derechos to form in. So I would also keep a close lookout for that as well, given again the pattern that we're going to be in until next Sunday. And looking at temperatures this afternoon into this evening, will be quite hot, especially in Kansas. Look at that. Temperatures reaching to around 110 over there. Temperatures across the deep south to southeast in the 90s overall. Southwest temperatures reaching to near 120. Even parts of Western California could see that as well. Pacific Northwest 80s will be likely to 90s as well. Midwest temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 80s up here, portions of the upper Midwest, Northeast, upper 70s to lower 80s for highs. And looking at those dew points, anything over 60 is considered humid. Anything over 70 is considered oppressive humidity. And anything over 80 is just downright horrible. But looking at the eastern part of the U.S., again, it's going to be quite humid. A lot of energy to fuel those storm chances, especially in this region of the country. So a lot of that occurring. Meanwhile, the West Coast, again, looking quite dry. And speaking of dry, we have elevated risk for fires, potential possible for the Pacific Northwest into the West Coast and going into the Rockies as well. A little part of that in the plains as well. And then the smaller area here in parts of around the Southwest into Colorado, looking at dry thunderstorms being possible in this brown highlighted region. This means storms that are moving over a very dry air mass but only forming lightning. So unfortunately, watching that very closely for these areas, which could again lead to development of some fires in all of these regions. So even if you're in orange or brown, again, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of chance for fires being possible at this time. And speaking of that smoke forecast, we do expect it to remain smoky across the west coast for probably about the billionth day in a row. Unfortunately, it's been going on for the last several weeks, but that will continue for your day today for that area. And then elsewhere, just a little bit of haze, a little bit of tiny bit of smoke, especially across parts of the Midwest into parts of the interior Northeast. Could see that as well for your day today. And then notice this area over here in Canada, watching this closely, as if this does develop into a bigger fire, it could bring some of this smoke down into parts of the Northeast, which we do not want any more of that, as again, has already been a pretty hazy summer, bad summer for Canada and for the West Coast and for Northeast. We just don't need any more of these fires ongoing. But unfortunately, again, we'll keep a close eye on that one to see where this one goes the next coming day. But overall, that's it for this update. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. And if you want to see more of this content, don't forget to subscribe to always get updated on whenever I post a video on this channel. Have a great day and stay weather aware.